Like, if your car starts making a weird clanking sound, you don't take it to I don't know, a steering wheel oncologist, right? You take it to a mechanic who actually looks at the whole engine.
Right, exactly. They look at the fuel, the exhaust, just the whole interconnected system.
Yeah, but for some reason, when it comes to human health, we divide the body up into these completely separate silos. So today, we're taking a deep dive into this groundbreaking systems biology document about a platform called Halfmarble.
And the goal here is to fundamentally reshape how you, the listener, view your own health. It frames chronic illness not as, random separate diseases, but as a core engineering failure.
Which is fascinating. I mean, institutional reviewers at Harvard are literally calling this the metabolic singularity.
Yeah, that term is wild.
Yeah.
It's a massive shift away from just treating late-stage symptoms and moving toward fixing the actual biological base layer.
Okay, so let's unpack this. If we treat the body like an engine, then these major chronic conditions are just, well, localized fuel crises.
Exactly. Take Alzheimer's, for example. Instead of just looking at plaque buildup, this framework classifies it as type 3 diabetes.
Wait, type 2 diabetes, so the brain cells literally forget how to process sugar.
Yeah, they basically starve. Or look at cancer. The document views it as a metabolic regression.
Oh, wow.
Right, where cells abandon efficient energy production and just revert to a really primitive, messy way of burning fuel.
So they do that just to survive a hostile environment?
Exactly. And this completely changes how we look at something like Parkinson's, too.
Yeah, if Parkinson's is just a lack of energy in the dopamine networks, it makes me think of a Wi-Fi router.
Oh, that is a great analogy.
Like if the router isn't getting enough power, the signal drops, right? The video starts buffering.
Yeah.
So are we fundamentally just running out of batteries?
Basically, yes. The battery fails to supply the network, and when that power drops, you get signaling noise. So the physical tremors, the memory loss, the cell growth, it's all just outward signs of a collapsing energy grid.
Wow. Okay, so if disease is fundamentally a fuel problem, fixing it means you have to track the fuel and the exhaust in real time, right?
Exactly, which brings in what the document calls the human perimeter. We're talking about tracking tissue respiration, or SMO2, and treating lactate spikes like actual engine exhaust.
And teaching the body to hot swap fuels, like seamlessly switching from glucose to ketones. But here is where it gets really interesting, because changing the brain's energy source can actually alter psychiatric output.
Yeah, it can even trigger hypermetabolic states.
But hold on, tracking every single drop of fuel sounds like a total nightmare. I mean, wouldn't strapping on all these continuous monitors just drown you in data overload and anxiety?
Well, sure, information without context is just noise. But Halfmarble solves that with their glass box architecture.
Glass box, so it's completely transparent.
Right, instead of just dumping raw numbers on you, the AI computes actual actionable protocols. And it prevents data hallucinations because every single algorithm traces directly back to published science.
Which is crucial. But, I mean, I think the only way to build a system that doesn't cause constant anxiety is if the creators actually know what it's like to be a patient.
Oh, absolutely. And that's exactly the case here. You have Gerard, who's an ex-Apple engineer with Parkinson's, and Anya, who is a veteran nurse.
Right, Gerard is basically a patient architect. He literally built this thing called the steady dose tracker to survive.
Yeah, because he needed a way to model how his medication absorption was competing with protein in real time.
Because eating protein at the wrong time can block Parkinson's medication from working, right? So he's like a mechanic inventing new wrenches while trapped inside a moving car.
That is exactly it. He uses the tracker to know exactly when he can eat without interfering with his pills. He even built an open source tool, the steady hand tool, to physically dampen his own tremors so he could keep soldering hardware.
That is just incredible. He's building the tools to keep himself functioning, and then you have Anya's clinical reality grounding all of this.
Yeah, right. With her 14 years of nursing, she ensures these complex models actually serve the practical, everyday needs of patients. It's not just theoretical.
So what does this all mean for you? Well, this deep dive really shows that continuous tracking is the future of understanding your own biological capacity.
We are definitely moving away from blindly guessing why the car is clanking and moving toward having a real-time dashboard for your own human engine.
Which is staggering when you realize how tightly bound our minds are to our physical energy levels.
Absolutely. It changes everything about how we view mental and physical health.
Which leaves us with this final thought. If literally just changing the type of cellular fuel you burn can completely alter your psychiatric output, how much of your personality and mood today is actually psychological, and how much is just a reflection of what your cells are burning for energy?